brand new secret areas, secret Easter eggs, and more. Today we're going to be going through a ton of awesome secrets that most of you guys probably do not know came with the Season 6 update. And I'm not talking about the obvious things like the bunker. I'm talking about super secret things. That's right, guys. Now this is also going to be a sort of game that you can play along with during the video. If you watch some of my previous videos that are similar to this, where we go through different things in game that not everybody knows, keep track of how many of the things you know, and then you can see your rank with this system right here to see whether or not you're legendary, epic, and then it goes all the way down to there. You can see exactly what is going on, how the ranks sort of split up. So be sure to check that out. Keep track of your scores and comment them at the end of the video. But yes, we have so many secrets to go through, so many awesome ones. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that like button down below. Always helps me out so much and encourages me to make more of these. And on top of that, comment down below the big question: heavy shotgun or double barrel? The double barrel got a nerf recently, so I'm curious to see which is your favorite. I'm honestly kind of on the fence on this one, so I'll wait to see what you guys have to say. But without further ado here, let's jump on into it with the first secret I want to go through. And you know what? Let's start this video off with a pretty strong one, and one that's still a little bit obvious for some of you. So it might be one that you guys get right off the bat, but the other ones are going to be super hard. Trust me on that. So yes, guys, this one has to do with one of the brand new Battle Pass skins, DJ Yonder. The awesome sweatshirt wearing, you know, flashing lights with the llama head. Honestly, such a beautiful skin. He's got an interesting little secret to his backstory. And also, we gotta take a look and see what exactly may be under that mask. So first of all, the first clue that tells us where exactly he's from is his name, DJ Yonder. And I don't think his description means anything important, but his name, DJ Yonder, is super important because that's sort of like the fan name that was given to this area that I'm pretty sure most people call Yonder Yards. It's not a specifically named location in the game like Pleasant Park, but that's generally what people call it for whatever reason. Now on top of that, when you go to this area of the map, you'll know that there's the DJ area, the dance area, in this big industrial building right here. So obviously a place for a DJ Yonder. That's a pretty clear connection, but in case you still didn't think that was a clear enough connection, you can look in there and there are posters for DJ Yonder hung up all over the place. So that's right, guys, this is officially where DJ Yonder is from within the story, or at least like this is where he stays or how he fits in. And on top of that, I guess this is the official name. Yonder Yards is the official name for this area. But on top of that, what is under his mask? Now this may be a little bit disappointing here, because when you go into theater mode or something like that and try to take a look under his mask, it's not Jonesy. As likely as that generally is, there's actually nothing under there, which is pretty odd. Usually you don't see that, but I feel like they've been starting to do it more recently instead of just having like a Jonesy head under helmets and stuff like that. So pretty interesting overall, but let's get into it with our next secret here. This is one of my personal favorites in the video, probably behind like the secret rooms and areas that are coming up in just a bit here, but this one has to do with the brand new castle area. Not just that the new castle area is there. Obviously, all of you guys know about the new castle area, but there's still a secret within the castle that I don't think many of you guys will know, and it's actually sort of an Easter egg that was pointed to before Season 6 even came into the game. That's right, guys. So like when next season comes around, Season 7, they're starting to put out teasers for it. We need to keep our eyes out for stuff like this because it could point again towards things in the next season. But I'm getting a little bit off track here. Yes, it has to do with the castle, and specifically the Frostwing glider, easily one of the best gliders in the game, and also the Valkyrie skin, definitely some of the best skins out there by far. However, you may have remembered this like teaser image that they put up a while ago to, you know, advertise for the skin itself, and it showed Frostwing and Valkyrie together in a sort of castle area, which you may know where I'm going with this. And then this later came into the game as a loading screen, but yeah, you can clearly see they're in the castle and she's sitting on this chair right here. Well, if you go onto the castle on the map and go to this part of it, right as you can see, you can tell that it is the exact same spot as in that teaser image, and also the loading screen. But I mean, you've got the same chair, you've also got the little step things going up, and obviously the background is of the bricks of the castle. So by far, that is where this picture was taken, which again is very interesting because this picture, this teaser picture that was put up to, you know, promote the skin, was put up before Season 6 and the castle was even on the map. So that's a really cool thing to take note of, and maybe we can find stuff like that for when Season 7 comes around. After that though, we've got a little bit of a funny one, and this one is pretty small, so we won't spend that much time on it, but it's still like kind of cool to know about. So when you go to the brand new big giant floating island, Kevin Island, whatever we're calling it, I don't remember, but when you go over there, there's some interesting things about that. And by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, there's a bunch of like growing rocks and stuff. Maybe we'll have to explain that in a video coming up, but that's not what we want to talk about. There's something even more important on this this island. When you go over to this part right over here, there is a fire hydrant, and when you break the fire hydrant, it still works as one that you can bounce on top of. So yeah, I thought some of you may still not know that you can actually break fire hydrants a little bit, and then when the water's shooting out of them, you can use them as like a way to bounce up and down. It's kind of a funny thing, but what makes it even more funny is that this one that's completely like broken still works on the side of it. So you know, maybe you can get some funny plays with it, maybe just mess around with people that happen to be on the island at the same time. It's still kind of a cool thing to know about. But then moving on to one after that, there's some very interesting and funny secrets inside of Wailing Woods now, and I'm not talking about the bunker. That's not even a secret anymore. Everybody knows about the bunker. There's also these cabins and stuff, but there's some funny, interesting things about the cabins themselves, and I'm talking about the hidden teddy bears in them. And there's actually 4 bears in total. So you may have seen one of my previous videos. There's teddy bears in this cabin, and the way that Epic Games sort of like set them up, they're pretty funny and all put in different ways, and I believe each cabin actually has one. So like, for example, let's go into this first cabin right here that I want to show you, because when you go down the steps for this, like, you know, I guess it's just a basement, but you see this teddy bear peeking over the wall just looking at you, which is a little bit creepy and a little bit funny as well. Actually, like, all of these bears are in a creepy like setup, which may be referencing to Halloween like we talked about. And again, there's more of them. Each cabin has one. If you go over to this cabin over here, go into the basement of it, they're all in the basement as well, which is pretty interesting. But this one has a bear sitting on a chair facing the corner. Now what's funny about this one, apparently this may be a reference to the Blair's Witch Project, which is like this famous horror movie from a while ago, which has a similar scene of somebody standing in a room with like brick walls and just facing the corner of it. And also credit to Backpack Bear for sort of making that connection. But by far, guys, that's gotta be what this one is referencing. It's kind of funny how it is pretty much the same exact thing. So yeah, that one's pretty funny. And then if you missed one of my other videos where we talked about the bear over in this cabin over here, he's kind of doing a similar thing, but he's on the ceiling. And don't ask me why he's on the ceiling, because I honestly have no clue. I don't know if this is another reference to like a movie or just like the same reference, but he's on the ceiling this time. I don't know. Just Epic Games is putting some creepy things around these cabins. And there is a 4th one, but we'll be going over that one in a little bit here later in the video. But then after that, we actually have another sort of small secret with the castle area. It's kind of a secret spot, not as like secret as the ones coming up in a bit, which are actually secret areas put in by Epic Games. But this one is still cool if you play hide and seek and stuff like that, or just want a hidden place to hide and check out and show your friends. It's definitely a fun thing to mess around with. So again, going back to the castle, if you go to this side right over here, sort of the corner portion, and break through either the floor or this wall that you can see, when you get inside of it, you can like replace that wall, and you're inside of this pretty big area that you can just mess around with. Like, you can run all the way over here, you can even like see out of it a tiny bit, maybe get a 1 in a million sniper shot, I don't know, and then you can run back the other way, and there's like this cool area going off of the side of it, and there's this cool area that sort of like dips down. I don't know, it's kind of a fun little secret spot, so I thought I'd add it into the video as well. Alright guys, before this next one, we actually have to jump into game, because I want to show you guys these secret spots in game so I can, you know, go through all of them and explain a little bit about them, because honestly guys, they are some of the most hidden things I've ever seen, and I haven't seen anybody really talking about them. And again, no, not the bunker. They're all over these like cabins over here that had like a bunch of the teddy bears inside of them. However, there's like way more secret stuff with these. So let's go right into this cabin right here first. Again, there's a ton of these secret spots that we're gonna go around and check out. But yeah, once you go into this cabin, you know, it's pretty comfy. I'm really liking it quite a bit. And then you go down here, and again, you've got that teddy bear up on the ceiling. But that's not the secret area. If you go right over here and break this down, there is a secret area behind it, and it's actually a pretty decently big area. And you've also got this thing, which is very similar to the bunker and technically leads into the bunker, even though there's nothing behind it. But like, yeah, you've even got some weapons in here for extra loot, and you can go up these stairs right here, which are pretty secret, because if you break this here, it's another bookshelf. That's another way to get into the secret area. And then on top of that, you can break down this bed right in the, you know, corner of the house and drop down through here, which is pretty dope. And there's also like these things leading up to it stacked up so you can climb on top of them. So definitely pretty dope, but that's just one of a bunch of these secret spots. And like this next one over here, if you go to this house sort of on the east side of the map, you can go into this building right here. I believe this one's a little more obvious because you break down these, and I'll open up the chest. Oh, look at that chug jug and a double barrel. Let's go. But you break those down, you go right back behind here, and you've got another one of these secret areas with the, you know, bunker type thing. And you can also break this down, another shelf that's hiding it in the basement itself. So that one's a little bit smaller, but the next one is actually pretty cool as well. But here we are at this house over here as well, so we'll go go into the basement because there should be... Yeah, doesn't that look suspicious right there? Break it down. And there you go. You got another secret area. Actually, this one's even smaller than the other one. But still, it's a funny little secret area because it is so hidden. But let's move on to this next one. The final one over here next to this corrupted zone. Maybe grab a shadow stone on the way. Let's go. And here it is right here. So like if you go in here, you can go... this one's right under here. So let's actually phase through it. And there we go. We're inside of it without anybody knowing, all right? The people who made the bunker don't even know we're here. But I guess this one also is pretty tiny. So the first one we went over is definitely the biggest, but still, this area is pretty cool. You never know. Might be able to hide in there once in a while. But after that, guys, there's another secret that's super funny, and this is kind of a combination of these secret spots and the hidden teddy bears. But this one is like super hidden, and that's what makes it super funny. So in order to find this one, you want to go into this specific cabin that you can see me going to, and then you go into the basement of it. Now, when you look at the basement at first, you don't see a teddy bear, which is odd, right? Because all of the other basements have teddy bears in them doing weird, different, creepy things, right? But this one looks like it doesn't have it at first. However, if you go behind this wall that you can see me breaking through, you will find a secret room with the teddy bear just sitting on a chair inside of it, which is so weird because he's in this completely walled off room, and the only other thing in it is a mirror hanging up on the wall, and he's just staring straight at it. I don't know, guys. That's definitely pretty creepy. Maybe we need to back out of this room for a bit. But isn't that pretty interesting that Epic Games put all these creepy bears and creepy things in these cabins inside Wailing Woods? I don't know. Maybe it is just a thing leading up to Halloween, but either way, it's a pretty interesting thing to take note of. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Be sure to comment down below what rank you got, how many of these you knew, because I am curious to see how many you did know. On top of that, guys, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for more awesome content like this coming out in the near future. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left, going through a week 2 challenges guide with the secret banner, and then on the right, another awesome video. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.